Hi, my name is Audrey John. I am from University Tunku Abdul Rahman, Perak campus, Kampa Perak campus, and today I would like to share with you one of my study titled as Pasar Borneo and the manifestations of the Iban as an ethnic identity. And let's start with the introductions. Identity is always involving how one individual understands the definitions of self, experience and express of the sense of self. And that will also refers as the perceptions of the collections of characteristics that would define who you, me, and we are. And the reflections of the identity will be influenced by the cultural understandings and will be reflected in the behaviors. And identity can be expressed, of course, in an array of the different way. A Malay guy, for example, who recently got married might express his marital status by wearing a wedding ring as well as decorate his fingers with the red inai. And it is not unusual sighting to see the Chinese women, especially to wear a cheongsam during the Chinese New Year celebrations, as the ethnicity is a social constructions which by nature dynamic, flexible and dependent upon the group's context, situations, political climate, social relationships, interactions, and more. So this study will actually aim to understand how the ethnicity is shaped by the social cultural influences such as the acculturations and the migrations. Sri Kembangan Selangor, as the locations of this study, is not a place where an Iban can be easily located or identified unless they present themselves as extrinsically or intrinsically as an Iban. As the social constructions of the ethnic categories influence the social understanding about the group differences and similarities, collective identity will help to preserve the group interest. So this study will explore how the Iban use the Pasar Borneo in Sri Kembangan to express the ethnic identity, aiming at those who have no knowledge about an Iban, while for the fellow Iban, the Pasar Borneo might be recognized as the third place, which is a place outside of one home or work where a person spend time and engage with the community. So this paper will try to illustrate how the Pasar Borneo at Sri Kembangan Selangor as a flea market, considered as a commercialized public spaces which relate to how the social, the economic and cultural processes are reflected in the flea market activities. Okay, this study will focus on the external aspects of the ethnic identity, which refers to the observable social and cultural behaviors and will be manifested in the areas of language use, the ethnic group friendship, participations in ethnic group functions and activities, as well as the ethnic media preference and how they maintain the ethnic traditions. And group may also identify themselves with the place or the physical environments, which terms by Pransky 1978 as a place identity. So this study will actually use the three dimensions proposed by the Drosaltis and Knowles 2010. The three dimensions is actually the self extensions or attachment, the environmental fit, and the place self congruity. And place is always recognized as an extended self. As at time we did introduce ourselves as, okay, I am Audrey from Kuching, or he is actually John from Alor Gajah. So here in Pasar Borneo Sri Kembangan, the Iban has been using this place to express the ethnic identity through the symbols as well as the artifact. So Personalizations is the act of modifying the physical environment and expressions of claiming a territory. And the Iban in the Pasar Borneo Sri Kembangan, they have been using a tent and the tablecloth with an Iban tribal printed motif. And by personalizing the space, people change the environment to meet the needs and specific activity patterns. And this will actually provide the psychological security, symbolic aesthetics, and the marking of territory. And by marking territories through the personalizations, the individuals or groups they are also able to make the territory distinctive and identifiable. Hence, the act of using the tan and the tablecloth printed with the Iban tribal motif, the seller in the Pasar Borneo Sri Kembangan, they will be able to make the territory distinctive with the rest of the flea market nearby and of course at the same time identifiable to the Sarawakian and in particular the Iban community. The added elements such as displaying the Sarawak flags is also able to it's also able to increase the opportunities for personalizations and add those elements to the environment that are prime of interest to the people. And many businesses had personalized their street frontage with sign, displays, and decorations by bringing out the wares, goods, and services to the street. But Pasar Borneo and Street Kembangan, as a third place, were much more personalized. Observations shows that in Pasar Borneo Street Kembangan, the sellers spend considerable time and effort in changing and updating the interface of the street by frequently changing the booth decor, uh, displays, planters, signs, and often displaying the goods on the sidewalk and thus adding the personal touch to the appearance. And these personalizations were very important to the visitors who are mainly Iban and Sawakin, as that is the center of the cultural life. And it is the reason why they went to this Pasar Borneo. And even the signs or the label used for the goods are very personalized and very neighborly. So, as a conclusion, it is clear that Iban has attached the ethnic identity into the external part of the Pasar Borneo in Sri Kembangan and transformed the place as a part where I am. And in addition to that, with almost 30 booths, 93% of it is actually belong to the Iban, whereas the remaining is actually owned by the Salvahan. Hence, it is not surprising if most of the visitors are actually from the Iban community. So this make Pasar Borneo Sri Kembangan for the Iban community as the place where they feel. And lastly, to the seller and the visitors, the Pasar Borneo Sri Kembangan is a place that reflect the type of persons, uh, the serve congruity they are through the products that they sells as well as purchase. Thank you.